Hi, Capricorn. All right, sweethearts, how you doing? Man, I gotta tell you what, I've been so grateful to have your energy back in Opal Oracle in this space, like feeling really solid. You know, I understand that like all things ebb and flow, you know, and we all relate in different ways at different times and like are into different things at different times, but when I started this, when this space was first created, I just want to give you a little extra love and sparkle here. When this place was first created, you were really the stronghold in it, and you know, I want to thank you for being a part of this place. You know, the messages that come through Opal Oracle are not always easy. They're not always sparkly. You know, they can be really raw and really real. And I know all of you have worked so hard to get here. You know, and I want to thank you for your support and for your exchange of energy. You know what I mean? Like, it matters a lot. Like, you know, some people just want things for free and they don't want to put anything in to make it happen. Do you know what I mean? It's just like they expect things. And then there are other people who understand that things need to be fair, you know, and thought out, and people's time and energy respected. And so I thank you for respecting mine, and I want you to know that I respect yours. And any of you who are here, you're always so welcome here. So thank you for being you. And I hope this season, this is a Libra season when I'm recording this, is wonderful for you. This is one of your squares, so I feel like in a positive sense, this is going to be where, you know, the relationships that are fair, the relationships that do feel good, that, you know, in your heart and soul, like, are something that you have been building upon and you want to continue to build upon. I feel like they're going to become so much stronger. Like, the reliability, the responsibility, the respect in it is all going to, like, I really feel like it's going to go to a new level with you. And whatever, again, whoever the them is in your life. And there's a little bit of advice that popped up in relation to that, the relationships perhaps that aren't working out so hot, but we'll get there when it's there, because honestly, it's like not relative to the positivity that's actually happening. Do you know what I mean? So we'll leave it like that. All right. Let's jump in. We're using two different decks combined together. It's the Citadel and the Pope Tarot. No, the Pulp Tarot. So let's see what's happening here. So this first section is like kind of, we're going to take it as the situation that's happening, something that you have built and put energy into, and is now something that cannot be taken away from you, which is awesome. We'll look at the opportunities are happening now, something that maybe you don't see, and then advice from spirit. Okay, so let's look at the situation. What's up with that? Ooh, yes, the Waker, which is all about awareness. This cannot be taken from you. Wherever you have woken up and now can see the light of day, that's really beautiful. Now, what's interesting about this, somebody else, I feel like somebody else received the Sleeper. I guess it's irrelevant. What's important here is that your reflection, your awareness, again, the things you could see now, so much awareness. And you know what that's with? The Five of Pentacles. So let's talk about it. This is so awesome. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. So the situation, I almost feel like this reading may do a little bit of like positive, negative, but it's not to focus on the negative. It's just to be conscious of what is and maybe a little bit of what has been. Mostly the has been is there to show you where you are versus sitting in where you've been, right? So I really feel like there's such a great awareness around This is something that, okay, this section is called the, it's kind of like the center of the bullseye. It's called the court. And again, this is an area of life where you have achieved greatly. With this Five of Pentacles, this is overcoming abandonment. It's overcoming insecurity, any kind of codependency. Thumbs up. You know, like overcoming like scarcity mentality, you know, about money or about health or about like the future and like all of this kind of jazz. It's someone is finally awakened to no longer being afraid. Now, if for some reason, because there's a lot of people here, and so we have to be, even if we're in a really good spot, it's nice to, you know, that's a great place to be because that helps the collective. Hierophant, yes it does. Yes it does. We can't drag other people out of fear, but we certainly can share our good light into the world when we have it, right? Because we don't always have it. Sometimes life's wicked fucking hard, right? But right now, if you happen to be in that, I guess, that wicked fucking hard energy for some reason or another, or this is someone in your life, actually, that's probably how it's working out. Is if this is you, what's waking up is all of the issues are coming up wherever they haven't been addressed. I feel like this is connecting to Pluto and this upcoming eclipses. Wherever they have been addressed, wherever you have completed, because again, this is your reading and this is what we're talking about, is what has been completed, what has been solidified, what has been, again, awakened in a person, and now they have awareness and reflection into, be like, oh shit, that is one of my things, and I know that's a weakness of mine, and I'm aware of it, and I've been trying to, like, and working towards. And this is years of working on this. This is not like some yesterday thing. This is some pretty hardcore, you know, inner child mother wounds. Like we're talking about some really deep layers here. Family dynamics. It's just like most of you here, so solid. So solid. What did we say last month? Do I need to worry? No, I don't. Nope. No, I don't need to worry. Now, wherever you're strong, I do feel like, again, because this is your reading, this is what you have achieved. This could very well be where now, for some of you, you may need to be, that strength may be needed, like we just mentioned, in relation to someone else that is close to you. It could be a family member, could be a child, could be a lover for some of you. But either way, wherever this connection is, your awareness is needed. You won't be able to have this person wake up, though. But your light, your awareness could be somewhat of service into the scenario. Like you're going to shed some light on it. Something about you is helping the situation become easier. I would also say that if some of you haven't been feeling very well, or there was some kind of bodily thing that was bothering you, this is also something that's now being cleared up. Like the light is, you know, if you had a little cold or something like that, or your body, again, was feeling weird, I feel like you're feeling much better. Like some kind of energy wakes up that's in a really positive way. And actually, if you did had like a bodily thing happen recently, some way, somehow, could have been small, could have been whatever, I feel like that was releasing some sort of toxicity in relation to an emotional wound that had to do with something that you've already been healing. Does this make sense? Thumbs up. I love you, Capricorn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're no longer afraid of something. Good. Okay, let's move along. Let's see what your opportunity is at this time. Oh, the Priest. Beautiful. This card is all about faith and perseverance. Well, those are your strong suits. What else do we have? Oh, the Alchemist. So we have Taurus and Gemini energy. That's the way I'm seeing it. This card is about balance. And what's the card with that? Three of Swords. Just a minute. This is your opportunity. Okay, for some of you, this is kind of emphasizing, so it's rolling into it. It depends which end you're on. It depends where you are on the path. And I feel like for most of you here, again, there's something where you have already done such great work that you are now being of service to other people. Some way, somehow. It could be literal. It could just be your energy. It could, like, in this world, I don't know. But either way, there's something that's happening in your life that is helping to... I almost feel like it was just 11:11. I almost feel like some of you have some kind of, like, opening happened. And in that, it's like maybe a fear came up, or comes up, I guess. In that sense, it's like I just saw someone walking during the day on a path and it was sunny. But then all of a sudden there was like kind of thick forest around them. And when they took their eyes off the light, when they took their eyes off the path and they looked into the shadow, there were like these green eyes deeper into the shadow forest. But it's like one of those things where like a person didn't miss a step. You know, they didn't. It's not like when a person drives and they're talking and they're like, "Mrr," like they look over and they go wherever they look. It's like, oh wait, didn't we talk about this in October where it's the shadow, right? When the shadow is aligned with the body, meaning it's the most minimal amount. It's not overwhelming the whole situation, then this is what's actually guiding you. So there could be some things that, I don't know if it's not what you don't want to do exactly, or maybe something that kind of scares you, you know. And actually, this could have a lot to do with your ability and your capacity. And I feel like you're going to a new level with this. And because of your perseverance, because of your faith, because of your ability to be like, I want to balance myself. I want to become aware. I want to reflect deeply. Wherever you have done deep reflection into your pain. Like, I'm not talking about surface coding. I'm talking about where you hardcore are like, what the fuck is behind this thing that keeps blocking me from being feeling the way that I want to feel, being with who I want to be with, having the life that I want to have. Wherever you have done that, like, I just see all these people like, wow, like, good job. Like, there's so much goodness around that. Ow. My arm got stuck. Taurus and Gemini, what are we talking about? Well, that's creating a different conversation, right? That is putting love around, making love the emotion of creation or of change. I heard the facilitator of change being love versus pain. Double thumbs up. Oh, yes. Oh, so good, Capricorn. For some of you, this could also very much be trying in ways of love. again. It could be just plainly like French. It could be just friendship kinds of love. It could be dating. It could be, again, it's creating with love however this is coming. It's mentally, it's spiritually, and it's physically. I feel like there is some really big root chakra energy that also has been shifted. Okay, wherever Libra is for you in your map, if you're aware, the eclipses, particularly the one that's happening, it's in October, this time frame. Whatever house that is for you, there's something very significant changing for that, okay? Like, for instance, let's give an example. Say you're like a Leo rising, then this is going to be like your third house. So this would be like your neighborhood. It is your communication. It is, well, how you communicate, how you feel. It is your abilities, like, could even be for some of you where you live. Wherever that Libra house is really going to be highlighted, okay? And that may be something that would be good for you to look at. Okay, let's see what you don't see coming. Oh, awesome. Somebody else had this in the same position, the Walker, which is about a journey. I believe Pisces had this energy. That would actually be very suiting and perfect for you. With that, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is basically a woman with a whole bunch of bags of money. She has so much. She has worked so hard to get here. Okay, so what you don't see coming... Alright, I feel like I need a cigarette. I don't need it, I want a cigarette. Okay, we gotta touch on it. If this isn't you, then this is who you were. And if that's the case, then I want you to acknowledge what we're talking about and reward yourself, love yourself, hug yourself for how hard you've worked. Because again, I do feel like there are some people here, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, with all these faith kind of awareness like cards, then some folks, and this is collective energy too, is going to need some help. So let me tune in a second. Well, I keep seeing the words like facilitating growth, facilitating growth. So, this path had to be walked. This path, it's like it has to be walked. It reminds me of the Serpentine. Wherever this path leads you, it actually leads you to great success. It leads you to comfort, to a great abundance. And actually, for some of you, it could very much lead you to a person if you haven't found them yet. Like, to love in that way. To working, to building with other people in a way that's really solid, where you don't question yourself. Because part of what a person may not see, and this is where we get into the Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords energy, is that someone may not be able to actually see how this healing journey does bring a person, like how much of a gift that brings. And it doesn't only bring it, again, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, it also very much brings abundance in and love and goodness into this physical reality also. Huh. You know what? It probably, you know what this depends on? Like the intensity of this, or the like how this is going to play out, is whether, again, a person is building upon the positive, healthy, awesome relationships, them to themselves, to spirit, them to other people, etc., or if someone's still in the trying to build upon that which is crumbling. It depends. Let's actually see this advice from spirit, because you have these two, you have these two energies that is definitely concerning. And I don't, again, I feel like for most of you, this is not you. And if it is, then it's who you used to be. Again, it's what has been, not who you are. So maybe this is just the check-in, right? Again, we're 9 months from January. So maybe you want to think about how far you've come and what you have endured even this year. You know what I mean? So for instance, the advice from spirit here, or what's going on in this, is the brawler and the runaway and the brawler. The brawler is about people with a lack of empathy and who love confrontation. The runaway is about secrets and running away from problems. What is that with? The Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. I'm usually a fan of the Emperor, but I feel like he's sitting in the brawler energy, and this Knight of Pentacles is in the runaway, right? This Knight of Pentacles is like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'm fine just the way I am. I don't need to change. I don't have any problems. Like, you know, and the brawler, again, is like a really aggressive. For some of you, this could be someone with addiction in your life. Somebody's addicted to something, and they don't want to admit that they have a problem. And in that case, I guess, if this is someone, again, in your life, the advice would be, is to focus on yourself, your healing, and wherever that is good and great and bright, where that is now you help others due to that healing. Because some people you can help, and you are helping. And again, for some of you, this is very intentional. Like, for some of you, this is your job. In some way or another, you're a helper. You help other people with their confidence, some way, somehow, wherever you are. You know, you help people to understand what they're meant to do. And you're a great example. I see someone's a beautiful example of, like, getting through or pushing through, like, the difficulty. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what's cool is you have this King of Cups on the bottom with the World, which kind of shows me, with the Ten of Cups. Yes, it's so awesome. Which actually shows me where a person, regardless of all this, like, because I'm kind of seeing this as undercurrent for some folks, where this is like a person now, when someone looks at them, they wouldn't even really know like what they've been through. They may even think like, wow, this person had an easy life. And it's because they're not like defining themselves via their pain anymore. Do you know what I mean? Interesting. Give me a second. I guess okay, let's get into some practical things that seemed a little wide. Sometimes we can see these kinds of things a little bit more technical, so let's try. There could be some kind of decision, financial decision, that's happening. I do feel like your third house is really highlighted. So again, this is kind of your neighborhood where you live. This is also how confidence is expressed. it's being emotionally like capable to express oneself. It's being very, very, I see such a conscious awareness around. It's almost like where a person could talk about what's happened, if it does ever come up, and they can just be so chill about it. Libra, it's like real balanced. You know, they're really, it's not faking it. It's not like, oh, everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not that. Whenever a person, especially a woman, ever says, I'm fine, they are not fine, right? But it's not like that, though. What I'm seeing is it's more like a person, like, it's just anyone could be, I heard anyone could be anywhere, and something is discussed, and it's just kind of like, yeah, this is what I learned. Or this is how this happened, and, you know, this was my role in it, and it's just like real mellow. You know what I mean? It's not like pretending or being dramatic. Good. That's awesome. I feel like if there are any people in your life where there is a lack of empathy, or also like anyone who is confrontational, this would be somebody that you already know for most of you. Where, like, for instance, if you've had problems with any people in your life, it will continue to be a problem. So it may be one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know if it's just wiping your hands clean of that, I don't know if it's maybe some of you just need to take space. If this is like, say, it's a family member or somebody that you can't necessarily just, you know, I don't know, everybody teach their own. The point is that make sure you have really good boundaries, and I wouldn't get involved, like, in any kind of conversation, especially a confrontation, during this month at all. Like, you know, sometimes we need to confront things and have a hard conversation about something. I feel like this would be more disengaging than anything. And I would also say, for some reason, like, going out at nighttime, I don't know about that during this month. I guess this could be one of those things, like, if you do go out, say, like, you go to a show or you go to dinner or something like this. I keep seeing where someone's walking down the street and, like, on the sidewalk, like, somebody just, like, wow, like, being loud or whatever. Just stay away from it. Cross the street. Get away from it. Don't involve yourself with it. Don't get close to it. Because you won't be able to do anything about that. Okay? And if anything, it could be detrimental. Look, well, detrimental is way too strong of a word. That kind of came out. It's like, because, you know, okay, let's talk about it for a second. You know, when we have a pain, okay, sometimes when we have a pain and it is unchecked, right? When we're running away from, when people are running away from problems and they're not willing to confront their own secrets. They're not willing to confront who they are. They're not willing to confront where they need to change. There's no awareness or reflection within them. Then they'll keep putting themselves in situations to reinforce the pain. You know, this could be, again, it doesn't matter how it comes. And I guess for some folks, destruction has to be like the way to, how do I explain it? I heard destruction doesn't have to be the answer. I heard not in your choice. And actually, those of you who have made boundaries, again, with aggressive people, with people who just have a bunch of secrets, they're not honest, they're mean, they're always running away from their problems or blaming it on somebody else or projecting all of this shit. It's not like we're not meant to interact in life with other people that are difficult. This is life, but it's more like where this is a constant, regular thing in someone's life. It's just like whoever's made boundaries with that and finally realized, like, I am so much more, like, worth more than dealing with this, even though for some folks they may think like, well, what would I do if I didn't do this? Like, what would life be like if it wasn't always dramatic and destructive? You know, for instance, I really feel like over here there's some people who just really think that life is like they like feed off of chaos, you know, and it's, well, it's gross. It's gross. It works for them. And I heard good luck to you, but it's not that what's wanted here is just like, no, you know what? I heard I have what I need, and to move forward upon the path. And actually, if those of you whoever's here, somebody here, at least one person here needs to hear this. Like, somebody here is still stuck in this runaway brawler energy, and it's super stuck. And in that sense, somebody definitely needs, did you just hear that gong? It's just like there's going to be something that comes that's just like wakes again a person up, and they're like, I'm out of here. And actually, maybe for some of you, I know this is a little trippy, but maybe for some of you, what also has been being healed or needs to be healed is a part of it where like your mother, like one of the, like somebody when you were a kid, like was somebody in the family was in an abusive relationship, and it's like the mother should have left, or like the father should have left. Somebody should have like taken and protected and dealt with the situation correctly, but they didn't at some point, and that caused a lot of pain, you know, because someone didn't recognize like that they could do something. They thought, for instance, maybe love was pain. I don't know. Five of Wands, yeah, maybe they thought that like love is conflict and confrontation and lack of empathy and secrets and running away from problems and pretending on the outside like everything's fine. Well, apparently no more of that. No more of the delusion, or the illusion is gone, which is awesome, because that part is the negative part. Now it's the creativity of it. It's the enlightenment of it. It is the ability to be able to create with spirit from a place that is, it's like a person recognizing like, okay, son, everything happened for a reason. Here I am. And I do feel like there's some pretty significant Ace of Pentacles. Yes, like there's some pretty significant growth here in ways of a person's advancement. And again, I feel like whatever we discussed there is something, you know, I heard you know what we're talking about, right? So, good. Some of you may just decide to, like, make a huge change, too. And I feel like you should look to where, again, Libra's house is going to give some kind of clarity. Yeah, Justice and the Six of Swords, most certainly. Wherever Libra sits in your map, there's something that's really shifting in that space, specifically over the next 6 months. And you know, Six of Swords is about healing. It's about having help. The Justice card, look how badass she is. Libra actually had this card, which was all about confidence in their reading. Feeling confident, right? Feeling confident. Feeling worthy and deserving of success also. And you know what? I feel like because Magician, Lovers, awesome. I heard no more manipulation, no more lies. Time to love yourself and cut off the painful ties. Tower. And I guess this is the thing. Again, we're all in different places. Those of you who are tangled in this web, if you're tangled in the web, then it reminds me of the Pluto aspect reading we just did on Patreon. It's like those tangled in the web, it's gonna blow it out. Those of you who have already, again, was just like, what is behind this boulder? Then you're gonna find that geode. And if anything, there's like another layer to it that's just so beautiful, and you're so like a person so impressed, and it's so sparkly and magical, and you're like, I'm so grateful to blow all these like blocks out of the way. And so wherever you have blown them out of the way, and especially kind of like, I feel like a part of this was intentional or on purpose, you know, where you're like, you know, because change is always happening anyway, all the time. And to consciously take that action, to be like, yep, I want to change this. Death, the world, justice, yes, I want to change this. I want to no longer be in this soul cycle of pain, for instance, or of fear, you know, and to actually like find happiness again, like, you know, believe and love again, like feel safe with people sexually, you know what I mean? Like all of these things. Magician and the Lovers, what did we say? Because you know what happens after this? We have the Six of Pentacles, which is about completing some kind of thing where it is now a physical reciprocal change. A person has enough to give. They know what they have. They know how to give and keep a certain amount for themselves so that they don't burn themselves out. Four of Swords is about having peace in your heart, right? And deep, deep healing and connection of the mind and the heart. Then the Seven of Pentacles turns into Eight of Pentacles, which is about a person that has learned the lesson physically in this life. They're so conscious of like every aspect of it that it no longer becomes something that is a problem, right? If anything, they feel so good about it. And because of the previous hard work, because of the efforts, then a person actually doesn't have to try that hard to keep it going either, right? You know, it's like a well-oiled machine. And you know what this all has to do with? Is faith. It really has to do so much with faith and confidence in relation to yourself and to that which you give to. Your time, your energy, your money, your body, all of it. Being conscious of that value. Loving who you are and what you give. Not being ashamed of who you are. And honestly, I feel like the majority of you here, it's so good, because whatever we said there, this also is what you've worked through if you've already been through it. And congratulations, truly. To end up as the King of Cups, he's the most mature one in the whole deck, emotionally. Which is a human's major issue. Our emotional instability. You know what I mean? High Priestess. Sun. Lovers. Ooh. Something really beautiful there too. Huh? Fascinating. Oh, what a powerful reading. If you've already gotten yourself out of this, the things we talked about that were hard, hold on. Spirit gave a big lesson. Spirit gave such a big lesson. It had to do with Taurus. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. There's such a huge lesson with that chunk in your map, too. That's where you woke up. I'd also say your IC is also highlighted, and look how much power you have now.
5 minutes. They want to see it not move.
And actually, again, the emphasis, what you don't see coming for some of you, is how comfortable and amazing life can be. Like, it's like a great level of gratitude. And you know, this Lovers keeps coming up. So, how do you feel about love right now? 10 of Cups, some of you feeling real good about love. Good. Good. You deserve it. And those of you who don't, well, then we've discussed what that is and what we're talking about there. Yeah, we already had that discussion. What needs to be handled there. Yeah. We don't need to go over it again. 6 of Pentacles, there it is. I feel like some of you, it could be very helpful to actually have like your chart read or something like that. King of Pentacles. This is about self-mastery. I really feel like things are triangulating in the physical world also. Like having, again, to do with your ability and expanding upon that. Absolutely. And becoming stronger in who you are. Being able to trust other people again. Having fun again. You know what I mean? Like, wherever that's been, I don't know. So good. So much clarity around what's healthy. So much clarity around what's healthy. I'm so proud of you. Alright. High Priestess. That's the end of the story. 42 minutes even. We'll take it. I love you so very much. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being a part of this place. Thank you for finding the balance in yourself. You know, recognizing there's a difference between creation and destruction. You know. You really fixed it. Somebody really fixed something. Yep. It's like they let go of whatever was unworthy, you know. And because of that, I really feel like Spirit is entering in this new opportunity, this opportunity to try something new too, right? Spirit's like, here you go. Lovers. Again. Alright. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for all your wonderful support and being a part of this place. If it wasn't for you, these readings wouldn't even come through. So, thank you so very much. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace out.